Good morning, everyone. Welcome to another Thursday morning. It is the 11th of July and we are going to do a bit of card making. My name is Alisa Tilsner. I'm a Stampin' Up demonstrator in Australia, and you can find my blog at alisatilsner.com. You can sign up for my newsletter and you will get the instructions for the card that we are going to make today. Hello, Judith, who is there already on YouTube. I stream to both YouTube and Facebook at the same time. So welcome, and welcome if you're watching the replay later on. We are going to create with the citrus blooms. I have got a couple of images that I have coloured for my colouring class. So if you're interested in learning how to colour a slightly more realistic orange bunch, then that is available, and I can pop the link in the descriptions. So using the Stampin' Blends and a couple of pencils, there's not a lot of supplies that go into this one, but I thought if I don't use these images, I know me, and they will sit on the back of my desk back there with the other pile of stuff that I have, and they will never get used. So I'm going to use them up. So depending on how quick today's card goes, I may make a second one. I'm not sure, because I keep thinking of all these things that I'd like to add to a basic layout. So let's get this camera swung around to the other camera. And nope, wait, that one? Yep, that's the one. Okay, let's get rid of that blog address because it is quite thick on there and it does take up a little bit of room. So let's hide that for the moment. Okay, so I've pulled out some card already and some colors, because I'm just going to do a really simple angled layered card, but I sort of want to try and build on top of it. So depends on how quick this card goes. And then I thought I'd like to do just a plain white on white card with the pop of color. So if we don't get that one made today, I will do that one on my own and just post it. So, or maybe I'll just, film a video or something and do it that way. So I've picked out my colors. I'm going to do a layer of Night of Navy, and I've got the two pieces. I wanted a small print, and I also wanted a big print. Good morning, Margaret. And these are the other sides. So I'm sad to be cutting into this, but I do like this side as well. It's a bit of an issue. So let's get these sizes done. Whoops, slinging stuff around. Let's get this done. So I sort of, I've got a sort of an idea in my head, but I'm not 100% sure at the moment. So things always seem to take a little bit of a twist, I think, and I might end up adding a few more little blossoms. So we might have to do them as well. I'm not sure just yet. Good morning everyone coming in. Welcome. So we are just going to do a basic layering card. It's pretty much one that we all do, layering on angles. In fact, it is going to be pretty darn similar to that layout, which we all do multiple times. Here we go. I've got it in another color as well. Oops, if I can grab it. See, so it'll just be the same type of thing, but why not use the same layout over and over again? I mean, you're not sending it to the same person over and over again, are you? So it makes card making a whole lot quicker if you know what you're doing to start with, I think, anyway. Which way am I going this time? So I'm going to expose just perhaps a little bit of this dark one, and then a bit more of this one. What size did I do that? So if you are after the sizes for all my layers and all that sort of stuff, make sure that you are on my newsletter address, my newsletter, because we send out weekly emails with the card. And I think I might trim this down a little bit more as well. All right, because this will be, so I think I've got a slightly more layered. What did I have with that one? 1, 2, 3. No, 1, 2, 3. Plus my image on the top. I might even trim that one down just a little bit more, depending on whether I want to see a little bit more of that background. And then I thought I would pop that on top, and go from there. Might need a few more little blossoms to go with it though. So, but yes, I thought if I don't start using, actually I'm going to trim that down a little bit more, I think, just so that I can see a bit more of that bold pattern. All right, we'll go gently. Take little bits off at a time. If I can remember what I am doing. All right. Chatting to ourselves this morning. Oops, oops, oopsie, just tore it. Oh dear. Oh dear. Daggy end. I might be able to daggy them all up anyway. All right. That exposes a wee bit more of that for me. There we go, and sort of makes that a little bit bigger as well. So it's going to be simple. Right. So I want to work on this panel here, perhaps not so much the other panels, but I do want to work on this one. And I need to get my Night of Navy ink. So we're going to do a little bit of ink blending around the edges, tone on tone. So my Night of Navy. And I'm going to give it to it. I'm going to go real heavy on this so that we've got a real moody look to it. Especially in those corners. And I've pulled out my pearlized enamel effects in white again, because I thought we might do a little bit of splatter, perhaps even a little bit of stamping in it. Last week we coloured in with, actually we did the, did we do the, I did it, this is second time in a row now, isn't it? We did the citrus blooms last week too. My goodness. But that's okay. Who else gets stuck on a stamp set that they use over and over again, and then they sort of exhaust themselves and put it away and move on to something else, and then it comes out again, and then you exhaust yourself again on it. And so it's sort of like would be a good indication that that's perhaps a good stamp set to have if you can keep using it over and over again. All right, so now we've got that real moody look going on. I'll bring that up to the screen. So that's a real moody midnight going on. Hey, Wendy. Yeah, and it's good. I sort of think, well, if you can just keep using that. Oh, I didn't re-wet these. They definitely, these need re-wetting under the tap. Whoops. They're getting a little bit, this one's, my other chamois, my purple chamois is getting a bit dry, so oopsie. Keep using the daisy set. Yeah, it's I think it's a good, because then you know you've made a good investment in your stamps. So I thought I might do this one here. I don't think I must have used it at some stage because it doesn't have its backing on it anymore. But I thought I might just try stamping, and I might try it on scrap first to see whether it actually works or not. Should do that, right? So I've got my pearl, my white pearl again. What are we doing? Enamel effects. So I'm just going to pop that, give this a clean this morning because I was really naughty, and yeah, I hadn't washed it from last week. Okay, so I've got my, make sure that's clean. So I'm just going to try this. So I'm just going to pick up a little bit of this pearl, and I'm just going to paint directly onto my stamp here. And it'll be a light hickledy-pickledy type of stamp when I stamp it, I'm assuming, because it's, you know, not the overall coverage. But I just keep thinking that it might just give a real, just a gentle, because I was thinking about doing some splattering with it, but then I thought, well, maybe I can try and see whether we can stamp with it instead. I guess you could spread it out and use it like an ink pad, like you could spread it out in here and dip your stamp into it. But I thought, we'll just see what happens when we paint onto it. Maybe I'll go a little bit heavier this time. And you know what? I said I was going to practice on scrap and I didn't. So now I'm committed. I'm committed to keep going on this piece, right? Okay, so let's do another Another one down the bottom. There we go. That one came up a little bit better. You can see that one. And I'll just do another one in the top corner. Just watch my placement. And yeah, so definitely thicker is the way to go. And I squeeze such a small amount out that you know, you don't use up a whole heap. So let's get a couple over here. And here, I might just do one more up around this area, because when I pop my, when I sort of roughly place that, I sort of just do need a tiny bit more. Just squeeze a little bit more out. Just a wee bit, like that's like, you can see how much I've put in there. It's just a tiny, tiny little pinhead. And I didn't squeeze any water into it either. So let's do another one. Let's go up this way. All right. So I've got that going on, which I think is quite pretty. All right, let's get that cleaned off and get this cleaned off. Squeaky, squeaky. The joys of the glass mat. You can just, whoops, I might have to give that a little bit of a squirt. Maybe I will use my Stampin' Mist for that. I might have to take that one to the bathroom. Yep, I'm going to have to clean that one. I'm going to have to give that one a definite clean. I bought my, I'll put that away. Remind me at the end to go and clean that straight away. Don't leave it sitting on my desk for a week, because I might not be able to get it off. Whoops. But anyway, I quite like that little bit of stamping on, stamping with it. Let's get, because I was going to just do splatters, but I thought, let's try something different. Let's try something different. Okay. So next, I thought I might add a tiny little bit of ink blending around my cards, like my designer series paper as well. Pop you away, pop you away, pop you away, because we know what might happen with that. All right. Don't want that to happen, and I don't know how long that's going to take to dry either, so hopefully not too long, considering it's only fine. All right, let's do a little bit of ink blending on these pieces here, and I just want to go quite gently because I know that I will have a fair amount of ink left in here, so I'm just going to do this one quite light. So these are all little things that you can just do to jazz up a pretty simple layout. Okay, so that's just really gentle on that one. I think you can just see it. Hello, New Zealand. Hi, Sandra. Okay, and then I'll do just a little bit on this one as well, just to take the edge off, so to speak. If you are dipping into your ink pad, don't forget to tap it all off on your glass mat. Okay, I think that's good. Now, do I dare stick my finger in this and see whether it's dry? Oop, no, we're not dry. I'm going to hit that with a heat tool for a second. Always, the last thing you want to do is go and smudge all of that now. So it is fairly, it's not too bad. Let's flatten it again. feels pretty good. Okay. So, and we've got a little bit of ripple going on now, which I'm thinking I might expand on. Right, so let me work out which way my angles are going to go. And you know what, it probably doesn't matter because I will go to stick them on and then I'll stick them on in the, you know, the opposite direction. So, and angles sort of tend to make me feel a bit wonky sometimes. I don't know about you. Sort of tend to feel a bit like, oh, hang on a minute. And I've also got to decide what I'm going to do with my sentiment. I'm thinking of doing, hoping you have the best day ever from the Country Birdhouse. Although I may do happy birthday because it's a little bit thinner and I spent about an hour colouring this and I don't really want to cover everything up. But I'm thinking a few extra little blossoms around as well. So let's add a little bit of tattiness to the side. Now, I've got green and orange on the other side, so I don't really want to show that though, I don't think. Although it's not that bad if it does expose. But if I can try and just rag it up a little bit and just crumple it so that it doesn't show that area. And you can just do one side or you can do a couple of sides. But we'll just tatty that up and we'll get you stuck straight down. And on a bit of an angle. So I've got a tiny bit of orange showing, but that'll be fine. Just like that, just press down. Actually, it doesn't really matter. You can have it up a little bit. I didn't put any adhesive behind that, so that should be okay. Now, do I want to do it for another piece is the question. Maybe I'll try the opposite side. What's on the back of that? All right, blossoms. Okay, stick that down. Oops, I've run out of glue. Excuse me for 2 seconds. I should have looked at that and checked. Should have been checking. Should have been on the ball. Okay. So if you haven't changed an ink refill, a seal refill before, here's a quick lesson in it. All right. Oh. And I always think every time I go to change one, I think, oh, I'm going to clean this up because it's getting all gummy, but I never do. So I'm not doing it now either. Let's get moving on. All right, those little pegs just slot into each other and then you just put your cap on, roll it a little bit and off we go again. Beautiful. Okay, and you up the right way. Okay, next, I think maybe I'm going to put this up on dimensionals, I think. So, and I reckon that this might be the first time that I have used a larger image here as well. Normally I've sort of kept to the tighter patterns. So here we go. Right, I think I will white emboss on colour. So question is, do I do it on Night of Navy or do I pull out boho blue? That is the question. All right, and we'll stick this on a bit of an angle as well, just to mess with everyone's minds. It certainly messes with my mind. So let's get that popped up. So should we make a second card? It's in my head. Or shall I add some more blossoms to this one? All right, let's get that one on. Put a sentiment on. I reckon I'm going to do that. Oh, can I do it? Can I do it? Can I put that on there? That'd be the big question. Or should I do it on white? No, I think I'll do it. Oh, it might get heavy. Maybe on white. Second card. You're not sick of me? I feel like I'm sick of me already. Do I have a smaller scrap? Nope, that'll do. All right, let's get this on. We'll keep this one simple because I haven't played with, I thought I might do a white on white, but I haven't played with the bigger die that comes with this set, you know, that big leafy one. So I thought maybe I would do that. Everyone's super quiet today. Sometimes everyone's really chatty and other times everyone's super quiet. If it's in my head, best to put it on paper. That's true, because otherwise they stay in your head and you go, oh, I'll get around to it one day. Okay, and I might do this one on an angle just because we've got so many other angles. Let's just add more angles, right? Whoever gets this card will be feeling seasick. Oh. And this one I will do half. Right, so I'm going to put adhesive on this side. Now I've got 2 layers of, these are my options. I've got 2 layers of height here. So I've got this is popped up, and then this is down. So what I'm going to try and do is pop one dimensional under around the R and the T, or you could double mount this one here. So I'm just going to pop a little bit adhesive on the happy side. And then I'm going to try and pop one of these little guys. Where have they gone? Hello. Where are you? They've run away. Where can I release them? Where have they gone? Nope. Oh, here they are. They were face down and I thought it was a piece of white cardstock. There we go. So then I'm going to try and pop that one under the R and the T. Actually, you know what? I'm going to stick it here and then I'm going to pop I'm going to do it this way instead. So I'm going to pop it here and then take that backing off and do it this way. Look at that. Oops, but I've got to do it straight. This one's the only one that's got to be straight. And I probably won't be able to do it straight. There we go. Okay, so let's pop some bling on there. I know this paper is stunning. Right. And the matching bling for this one is these guys here. And these ones are called Opal Rounds Assortment. So we've got like a creamy colour, a white, and a Night of Navy. Now, if I put my Night of Navy, I'm probably not going to see them, and I probably won't see the clear ones either. But I'm going to use the clear, and they're sort of going to act like a little dewdroppy thing. So I might just use the small ones and just pop them around. And they might sort of enhance with these little, actually, I'm going to stick them on here. They might enhance that little bit of pearlescent white that I've got going on too. Now, I'm on a little thing at the moment. I normally do 3. I am stepping it up and I am going to do more because I always end up with so many embellishments, and I can't use them all. So I am on the path to using more. Who's with me? Use more. It's like I saw, I was watching I think it was scrapbook.com video, and she was layering like pieces of like lots. I think she had like 5 layers of designer series paper, and she was like, you know what? There's more pretty paper out there. Just use it. So, and I thought, yep, well, I'm going to do quite a bit of layering with my paper as well, because I have plenty of paper and I don't particularly need lots more. So, okay, so that's card 1. So I've got a second image. So I might as well get that made into something. I might come back. No, actually, I'm not going to come back. I was going to say I might come back and add some more blossoms, but you know what? I'm not going to, because I've just filled my spaces with the little blings. So that will cover that. Okay, we've only been going for less than half an hour. Holy cow. So let's do another card. So I have got some stuff here. Now, I think for this one, because I'm going to do white on white, but I have popped in a little bit of, I've just brought these in for my sentiment. I'm not sure what one I'm going to do yet. I might do something like that maybe. But what I wanted to have a look at, which I haven't looked at as yet, I haven't used it, and I thought, well, I should, is this one here, this second one here. Now, my usual size of card is, a finished card is 4 inches by 5 inches. And that's so that I can do for every market, like, because our card base sizes are different sizes to start with. It makes it really tricky for people in other countries to sort of match. So I figured 4 by 5 is a size that we can all use. But unfortunately, this one is bigger than my 5 inches. So I'm going to have to make my standard size. Actually, I might be able to do 5.5 inch, which is close enough to that anyway. And how wide are we? Oh, we are just on 4. So I haven't used this before. Wendy, well, we haven't discussed it because Pip had her surgery and she's sort of gone off on a little bit of a different tangent to what we had been. So she's focusing more on other things at the moment. So I don't know that we will be back doing our lives together, but that was fun. So I need to find another friend to do some lives with, maybe once a month, right? Okay, so I am going to make this one a little bit bigger, but I am going to keep it so that it is within everybody's markets. So that should cover it, I reckon. Okay, so once again, don't forget, if you want the instructions for these cards, then head on over to alisatilsner.com and sign up for my newsletter, because each week a PDF tutorial goes out with all the written instructions and measurements and supplies and all of that sort of stuff goes in this in the newsletters. Oh, that feels really, really weird to me. I mean, I know it's only a tiny bit bigger, but it just feels weird. So used to working on that smaller size. Now, I haven't used these before, so I'm a little bit like, I'm assuming that I layer one inside the other and die cut it. So let's get my die cutting machine. Speaking of die cutting machines, I am giving a mini away at the end of this month. So any orders that go through my online store, for every $20 that you spend, you will get a ticket into the draw. So if you spend $100, then that's 5 tickets into the draw, and so on. So I will be drawing that at the beginning of August. So that is fun. And if you are ordering, you can also use my host code, because you'll get a free gift as well. And more stuff from me. If you place an order of any size, then I have a free PDF tutorial for you. And we're still going. It's like, but wait, there's more. Stampin' Up also have their demo, their bonus days at the moment. So $90 worth of order gets you a $9 coupon to redeem next month as well. So there is huge amounts of stuff going on. Right, I've popped one inside the other, and I'm assuming I am doing this right. I'm going to come back to the comments just in case anyone's going, no, that's not how you do it. Because you know what? I really have no idea. I have no idea what I'm doing. And, you know, I always like to try things that I have no idea what I'm doing online, live. So, but you know what? If it stuffs up, you just get another piece of cardstock out and you try it again. So, all right. So there's 3 dies on this piece. Rightio. Oh, okay. Now, has that gonna cut properly? You know what? And I didn't outline my, I did not outline, I shouldn't have to outline this one though. It should all just fit back together again. Here we go. So there's 3 dies on that page. Alrighty. Lots of, oh no, it's done right. I was thinking, or maybe I should go, because I don't know that, oh no, it has. I was going to say, I don't think it's cut through properly, but it has. What am I doing? Oh, this piece comes out. Right. Yep. Does. There we go. How about I get this die cutting machine out of my face? Uh-oh. What have I lost? Oh, do you know what? It is cold and it is winter, and I have my hot water bottle sitting on my lap, and it just dropped. All right. Thankfully, these aren't too fussy for popping things out. That is quite cool. Now, I did have other thoughts in my head. I will have to get it. I have got a box, an order here that I got that tile, the distress tile, what do you call it? Embossing folder, but it's still in a box. I haven't opened it. I should have grabbed it out. But I'm thinking about putting a layer behind this one, like another white layer, and having it embossed, and then putting this one on top. So there we go. Oh, that's a bit. Get you out. Oh, that's not that bad. Oh, there's a few more pieces. Gee, you don't find them until you're either sticking them down. I need to get that. I need to get that rolly tip for this thing. All right, done. But at least my fingers have healed up for the moment. They are almost back to normal, so that's a good sign. This one's still a little bit sore, but that ointment that I got, if anyone suffers from chilblains, that ointment that I got was magic. So I don't know whether it helped clear them up, but it certainly relieved them anyway. So that was quite painful last week. Okay. So I thought we would do something like this, and then I'm just going to keep it really, really simple, and then just put a pop of sentiment across it. This feels really big. It feels like I've taking up a lot of. You know what? I think I am going to do that. Let me get another piece of cardstock, and hold on 2 seconds if you don't mind, because I am going to get that new embossing folder out. This will pay me to open up boxes when they first arrive, which we should do anyway, because we need to be checking to make sure our orders are right. I think I got it in this one. Oh, maybe I didn't. Oh, yeah, there it is. And I got an alphabet die too. Isn't it funny? Because because I did order it last month and I haven't used it yet. I haven't even opened it. Isn't that terrible? Oh, gosh. Right. I need you. You. And I need some more white cardstock. Oh. See, this is where I was like, no, I don't need extra time to be prepared. Apparently I do need extra time to be prepared, so apologies for this. But it won't be a long card, it'll be a quick card. All right, let's get this opened. And hopefully it won't be too much in the background. Okay. Yes, they, Deb, they were, I get chilblains every year, but honestly, that is just the absolute worst that I've ever had done. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? I've been meaning to get this one for so long, and I keep forgetting. So I'm glad that I finally remembered. Right, I'm going to do this one just a smidge under my card front size. And I have to remember that I have changed my card front size for this one. Okay, so while I am fiddling around with this, I've got to do my sentiment. And so I thought I might do a pop of colour. So I've got pumpkin pie or old olive. I can do pumpkin pie on top of old olive, or I can do old olive on top of pumpkin pie. Put your votes in the mix while I get this embossed. Ooh, it's a new one. Oh, and I have to take it out and turn it around in its packaging. Oh, stop running. I have to turn everything around because it makes it easier the next time you go to get it out because that opening is there. I keep all my packaging, so there we have it. And this one is a 3D one, so we need you and you and you. All right, pumpkin. Oh. Old olive on pumpkin pie on old olive on pumpkin pie. All right, so that's 2 for old olive on top of pumpkin pie. And I'll obviously be embossing in white. So, and I've got that going on. So hopefully it won't be too much. But I thought, oh, let's have a lot of texture and stuff going on. I might even pop that up in the corner a little bit more, so that it exposes a little bit more of that of the tiles. So I have to remember that if I'm going to be using that background die, that I need to. And I might even do the bigger. Oops, watch me trip over that later on. I might even do the slightly bigger sentiment for this one. Where is it? I've lost it. The hope you have the best day ever, because then I can pop it down here a little bit more. If you're unsure of anything and how it would look, what I sometimes do is just grab my stamp and actually lay it down on there. So I can pop that down there, or I can pop my happy birthday back in one of those positions up there. I do like that one, but it's big. It is big. I don't mind covering things up, but not when I've spent an hour to colour things. So just a little bit. Okay, where are we going? Old olive on pumpkin pie. All right, I think that one's the winner. That one's got slightly more votes at the moment. So let's grab you. And I need my Versamark, which I don't have out. Versamark and my white. Alrighty. I thought, you know what, I was getting ready this morning and I thought, no, I'll get everything prepped ready for you know, the white on white card just in case. And then I thought, you know what, nah, there won't be enough time to do 2 cards. So I didn't worry about prepping. And obviously there was enough time. Now I feel like I'm scrambling, so apologies. All right. Happy birthday. Oops, come back here before I make a mess. Okay. Excuse the noise. I feel like the happy always stamps thicker than the birthday. And it has definitely, maybe I'm a little heavy-handed on the happy side, because I've definitely stamped that a little bit heavy, a little bit heavy-handed. All right, and now I need to make this one a tiny bit thicker because I'm going to double layer it. So otherwise I won't have anything to stick it onto. I think that's straight. So just a smidge thicker than I normally would. I'll just trim these off on the end. So again, I didn't, if you were coming in, I didn't color these in, oh, that's going to be squishy. I didn't color them in, you know what, we'll do this a little bit differently. I didn't color them in today, but I do have a class on how to color them on my blog. So I'm going to stick this to that, and then I'm going to trim. Oh no, that's not going to work either. All right, how long did I make that? Alrighty. See, so this is why, friends, you join up to my newsletter, so I don't have to keep flapping around, and you guys know exactly what the measurements are. And a little bit, just a wee bit showing out from underneath. Get rid of that little bit of glue that is showing. I think I'm crooked. I don't know that there's much I can do about it now. I think that's a bit better. Don't like crooked things. Okay, we are ready to stick. There we go. That's what we're going to end up with. So just a pretty clean card. And you guys would know I don't do a lot of, actually I think this might be my first white on white card that I've ever made, which isn't really white on white because I've got a coloured image, but I'm just going to go gently with that because that tore. And oh, this looks nice, either debossed or embossed. That's quite nice. I'm glad I ended up getting this one. It took me a while, but that's pretty. I think it might be my new favorite one. Okay, now it's probably pointless me trying to stick this on with dimensionals, so I'm not even going to bother trying. Instead, I will just do some dots around with the nasty glue. Oh, there's another piece. Did you get? So just dotting. I think that should be about it. Whoa! Jumping out. That's probably because I called it the nasty glue, but it is. Okay, I don't think that there is an upside down or a right way or a wrong way. So we'll just pop this on. Nice. I'm going to pop a couple of blocks over the top of that. I hope my blocks are clean. Okay, let's get some dimensionals happening on this, and I think I am out of them. Let's use the edges. Yeah, so if anyone has any ideas of people I could reach out to do stamping together, well, let me know. Who would you like to see me teamed up with? All right, I think that's enough. And for those who hadn't seen, Pip Todman and I from the UK, we would get together and in a time zone that fitted both of us, and we would both create with the same cards. And of course, I would get one card made. Pip would get like 10. Not quite, but she would get a whole heap more cards made than me. All right, let's pop you up there. And we'll pop you down here. Oops. And just pop you right down the bottom there so that we're not coming up. I'm quite liking the look of that so far. Okay, and our gems, let's just go for the clear ones again. If I can find the opening. And because I used a whole heap of little ones before, I've got to even up the pack and use some big ones. Let's get these around. And a little one. And I will just do 3 on this one, just because I want to try and keep this one a little bit on the cleaner side. There's a fair bit going on. Like, I don't think you can see it on the screen, but there is actually, because I've got so much of the texture stuff going on, there's actually quite a bit going on. But of course, we want that colouring to stand out on its own. So I'm just going to bring in the stamp set. So that's what the stamp set looks like. And there we go. And so most of the detail in the leaves I've taken out to make it a little bit more of a realistic leaf going on for that one. Okay, so there we have it. 2 cards made today. Look at me. How amazing is that? I'm impressed with myself. 2 cards in less than an hour. There we go. So there's our full-on designer series paper layered card, and then our white on white, which has still got quite a bit going on. I mean, you've got all that texture in the background, so hopefully it's not too much, but it's I don't mind it. Don't mind it at all. So there we go. Thank you very much for joining me. Now I'm still hoping to do a kit together on an evening, but I've got a new kit coming in. I thought, well, I might as well wait for that one to come, and then we can all use that one, or not all use that one, but I can use that one to show you what the new one is, and you guys can just grab whatever one you have. If you want to order the one that I'll be using, it is one of the new ones that have come out. It's the one with the flowers, not the kids one. So if you're looking on the internet in the stores, then it's the flower one that's coming, not the kids one. But you can grab whatever one you want. Grab any kit that you want and come in and just create with me. I'm not good at thinking outside of the box when it comes to kits. So I will probably just make my kits as is, which is, intended to do, right? To just, replenish your stash. So that's what I will be doing. So thank you very much, everyone, for joining me. I will let you know, you'll know when I get it. It's supposed to be here next Tuesday. Cross fingers that it is. And if that's the case, then we'll do it Tuesday night. If not, then we'll do it perhaps the week after. But we will be back here next Thursday anyway. So thank you very much for joining me. And Roberta, you're live. I'm live at the moment, so you're not watching the replay. You might have to watch the replay if you've just joined, but I'm actually live at the moment. So hooray! But I'm finishing now, so you'll have to go back if you've just joined. So thanks very much, everyone, and we will see you again this time next week. For something else. I don't know what. I never know what we're making until either the night before or the morning of. I know that's bad and I should prepare, but anyway, I'm rambling. I will see you later. Have a great weekend and we'll catch you next week. Bye-bye.